Everyone, good afternoon. Welcome back. We'll get started in just a couple minutes. I don't have a particular playlist, but if you want to listen to music, you can go on the Spotify account, Joe Komar, and you can select any playlist for today's class. And as you're getting settled, I'll be back in a couple minutes, okay? Oh, nice. See some people are on live, so welcome back, everyone. Let's go ahead and get started. You can lie down onto your back. I'm going to start seated just as I'm kind of talking and opening up our practice today. When you lie down, let your legs go straight, arms by your sides with your palms facing up. And then once you get situated, feel your shoulders, feel your hips. You're welcome to close your eyes. Remove the expression. So when you make an expression with your face, the muscles in your face have to work. When I'm talking, the muscles in my face, you have to activate and contract. And so when you lie down, you say release the expression on your face, just means relax the muscles, take the contraction out. Feel your face soften. And sometimes you'll lie down and you'll feel so comfortable. I know that the heat helps that transition. Many of us missing the studio in so many ways, but having that heat element in the transition, nice way to soften the mind and to release your muscles. And so always listen to your body. Make mindful adjustments as you need to, but give yourself a chance to settle. As we move through the practice today, I'm sure there's plenty going on in your mind. There's a lot to think about these days. But for the next hour, I'm going to encourage you to consider your breath as the one thing that you will listen to wholeheartedly. And not like, what is my heart saying? But in the context of your breath in relation to your heart and the beat of your heart as you're moving through your practice, and to keep your heart rate and slowed down, deepening your breath, deepening in that sense of exhalation, in which allows you to expand and to feel, moments of peace, even when the chaos and the world is so chaotic in so many ways. It always has been. And then we drop into a place and to consider a moment of peace. That is part of our practice. And join you guys. Take your arms over your head. Give yourself a nice big stretch. And this Monday afternoon, feel the sensations in your upper body. And then bring your right knee into your chest. Interlace the fingers onto the center of the shin. So if you always touch the hands to the top of the shin, move the hands down a little bit to the center of the shin. And then you'll feel how the thigh is going to come more so into your belly, and you'll feel the compression of your thigh into your belly. And you might have to let your knee go out a little bit wider, clear some bone structure. Yeah, I love listening to the things that yoga instructors say. It's kind of funny. A lot of times it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but somehow, some way, in the breath and moving our body, it makes just enough sense and for us to receive the instruction and to move forward with our flow and to experience our practice physically, mentally, and emotionally. And switch sides, release your right leg long, and then bring your left knee in. Hands down onto the center of the shin, so you slide them down a little bit further. And draw your thigh in. Notice how this hip might feel different. And the knee can go out a little bit wider and clear some bone structure. And connect your breath. Start to introduce your mind to focus on your breath, inhales and exhales through your nose. Of all the people that I've seen and practiced yoga with, I don't know anybody, including myself, that can't appreciate that reminder to breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. At the end of your exhale, go ahead and release your left leg. Take it back out onto your mat. Both arms back over your head. And another big stretch. And bend your legs. Bring your feet down flat onto the mat. And let the soles of your feet come together. Spread your knees up. Butterfly legs. Interlace the fingers behind your head. And then we're going to exhale, pulse. And so the upper body is doing a sit-up. And while your lower body is in butterfly legs. So exhale up, inhale down, exhale up, inhale down. Keep this going. And you can always spread your elbows out a little bit wider. Last 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your head down. Release your arms by your sides. And feel your belly release. Take a deeper breath in. And full breath out. Bring your knees back together, draw them into your chest, give yourself a squeeze, please. Take the hands behind the knees and then rock up and down the length of your spine. And hopefully we did this I think on Thursday or Friday, this vertical rock on your spine. And if you've been practicing, hopefully it feels a little and different. We did a lot of twisting last week. And so really got into the spine. You may have felt that, some soreness. Come all the way up to your bum, and then turn around and sit onto your shins. You had started lying down. I was sitting on the shins, so everybody onto your shins. Hands in your lap, head above your heart. Now you got a little pump going on. And you got a bit of flow to feel as you connect to your breath. Close your eyes. Feel the inhale draw up towards your chest, and the exhale soften the tops of the shoulders down. If you've been forcing yourself to get to your mat, if it's become another thing that you have to do, we want to explore in this practice and where we can find ourselves. The value of being on the mat. The proposition that being on the mat is going to underline everything that you're doing. Your yoga postures, but also things that you're doing in your life. Whatever else you're getting into these days. Hopefully being mindful, being safe, thinking about all beings. It's as simple as that. Are you thinking about all beings? Because that's what our practice calls us to feel. Open the eyes, come forward onto your hands and knees, and step back into a high plank with your legs straight. Belly firm. If your low back is feeling a little tight, separate your feet a little bit wider. And then truly root into the balls of your feet. And kick through the heels. And feel as you engage, if your feet are wider, you're going to feel the outer hips engage a little bit more. And tendency is for the outer hip flexors to really grip in the postures. Engagement is different than grip. You hone that place and space with your breath. Draw your inner thighs back. And tailbone up, you're in downward facing dog. And to a point, feel your hands pretty sticky onto the mat. Elongate your inhale as your head is inverted below your heart. And nice and steady, draw the containment back in through the belly as you exhale. And bring your feet all the way together, big toes touch. And then step by step, let's walk the feet forward into the top of the mat, big toes touch, and soften the chin down. And again, still, if you've been practicing and through last week, you might feel some of the residual effects of quite a bit of twisting. Set the hands on the back of the head and feel the neck as you draw your chin to your chest. That action can ripple all the way down into your hips, into your hamstrings, even down into your calves, all the muscles in your back body. Those sensations will wake you up through the breath. Release your hands down. Hands to shins. Inhale, lift halfway. Slide your chest forward, hands up the shins. And then exhale, fold, slide the hands down, forehead to the knees. Inhale, stand up, circle the arms over your head. And exhale, bring your arms by your side, circle your hands into prayer, heart center. Inhale, circle the arms out, reach back up. And exhale, dive forward, fold hands to the mat. Inhale, lift halfway, slide the hands up the shin. And exhale, down, forward, fold, hands to mat. Inhale, rise, circle the arms, reach up. Exhale, arms by your side, circle the hands into your heart center, prayer. Inhale, circle the arms, reach up. Exhale, dive forward, fold hands to the mat. Inhale, lift halfway, slide the hands up the shin. And exhale, slide the hands down, forehead to knees. Inhale, rise. So a nice fluid process. Exhale, arms by your sides, hands circle into prayer. Inhale, circle the arms up, reach. And exhale, dive, forward, fold. Inhale, lift halfway, slide the hands up the shins. And exhale, fold, forehead to your knees. Bend the knees, plant the hands, step back into your high plank. And big toes together in plank. Right? The big question is, what's the rush? Okay? The other question is, what are you afraid of? And the other question is, where the hell is everybody going? Still, where is everybody going? Take an inhale. Lift your bum, press back into your down dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up. And exhale, bring your right knee to your nose. Inhale, kick your right leg back. Exhale, bring your knee into your nose. Inhale, kick back. Feel your body. Exhale, knee to your nose. Stay for a breath in. And step your right foot all the way through. Feel your feet. Spread your knees. And strong left leg. Float your arms by your sides. Inhale, reach your arms forward. And then a floating twist. Left hand down, right arm goes up. Keep the gaze to the top edge of your mat. And so floating just means the left hand is not touching the ground. Feel the strength in your right hamstring support. Now bring your gaze in both hands to the mat. Set your hands flat. Kick your right leg back and up. Three-legged dog and hold it. Find your right leg in space. You're looking at the top of your left foot. Press the left heel down and feel all that sensation. And through the back of your left leg, firm your belly in. You got it. Inhale, come forward, three-legged plank. And so your right heel is drawn straight back behind the hip. Ball of your left foot grounds down. Draw the belly in, breathe. And then lower halfway down like a yogi push-up. Inhale, straighten your arms, come back up. Right foot down, lift your hips, downward facing dog. So the body is built with all of these levers. Your arms and your legs, your torso, right? These levers become in sensation and developers. Right? The way you feel sensation, how you move these levers, keep your right foot down like this. Inhale, lift your left leg up. And exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Feel the lever. Inhale, kick back and up. Exhale, knee to your nose. Inhale, kick back and up. Exhale, knee to your nose. Stay here for a breath in. And then gaze, step your left foot in between your hands to lunge. Right leg is straight. Knees drawn away from each other. Float your arms by your sides. And then feel that power lunge. Inhale, reach your arms forward. And floating twist, right hand down. Gaze can remain on the top of your mat as your left arm goes up. You must put your right hand on the ground because the tightness in the left leg is just so much and that you're not able to breathe. Then use the hand, of course. Listen to your body. And bring your gaze in both hands down onto the mat. Push the mat away, kick your left leg back and up, three-legged down dog. Find that left leg in space. So this is 2 weeks ago practice. Finding a leg in space, co-contracting the muscle, look at your right foot, press the heel down. I don't remember much, you guys, but sometimes I do recall the journey of the sequences. Come forward, back into your three-legged plank. Ball of your right foot, level your left heel in line with your hip. And draw your belly in. Sometimes it's easier to move through it faster, right? You hold it for a beat, hold it for a breath, contain. Bend the arms, yogi push-up, and straighten the arms, come back up, and then press back, left toes down. And feel as you release that lever. Now move the torso back towards the knees. Lift your tailbone up. And draw your belly in. Our back body is a little more open. Lift your heels. Bend the knees. Exhale. Take 2 big steps to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Slide the hands up the shins. And then exhale, fold. Forehead to the knees. Inhale to rise. Circle the arms. Stand up. Exhale. Bring your hands into your heart. Okay, let's feel it. Arms by your sides. Knock the weight into your heels. And take the weight out of your toes. And feel your chest proud. Shoulders down, away from the ears. Inhale, reach your arms up. Grab the inside of your left wrist with your right hand. And exhale, side bend. Pull that left wrist to the right. Lift the back of the heart. Let your gaze grow up. And then draw your wrist further back in space. 3 breaths. And gaze forward. Inhale, rise to center. Switch your grip. Left hand grabs inside your right wrist. And then side bend to the left. So we're taking some of the glute. You know what makes the muscles in between your ribs, your intercostal muscles, tight? You're watching the news. Right? You just hold. And then you're not breathing. And then those muscles just get tight. And you're sitting and you're watching. And those cycles are spinning. Okay? Remember, the chaos has always existed. We have a practice and to at least and draw us towards a moment of peace, if not many. Gaze forward. Inhale, rise to center. And exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Keep breathing. You're doing great. Inhale, circle the arms, reach up, feel your shoulders. Exhale, dive forward, fold hands to the mat. Inhale, lift halfway, hands to shins, slide. And then exhale, down, forehead to knees. Plant the palms, 2 big steps back into a high plank. Okay, now you're ready for the strong yogi push-up, legs together. Bend the arms, lower halfway, we go up. And then bend the arms, lower halfway, and we hold for 5, 4, I know that was a surprise, 3, 2, straighten the arms, come back up, take an inhale. And then exhale, do another push-up, lower down, press up, take an inhale. And then lower down and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, press back up, take an inhale. And we do a push-up, lower down, press up. Take an inhale, last one, lower halfway down, and we hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, push up, plank, press back, downward facing dog. Okay, we like to call that the sneak attack, everybody, because you've never done it before. Spread your fingers wide. So how is that possible? Of all the things we've done, right? Over a year of practices that we've put out, we've never done that before. Inhale, lift your right leg up. And exhale, step your right foot all the way through. Lower your left knee down. Inhale your arms up, yet lunge. Bring your hips down. And draw your belly in. And then cactus your arms. Feel your upper back engaged. And now you can roll your chest up, lift your chin. And feel what you're holding. Feel what's tethered and attached into your shoulders, into your neck. And then empower yourself and through your legs. And breathe through your hips. It's all connected. Inhale, arms up, look forward. Exhale, little rush. Bring your hands down to the ground. Curl your back toes, but keep your knee on the ground. Pull your hips back, straighten your right leg. And kick through the heel. Pull your heart forward, use your arms. You're in the half splits. You'll know the difference in between tightness that you're working through versus a painful experience in your body. Breathe through the tightness and discomfort. You make mindful adjustments, and so you're never sitting in pain, physical pain. Come forward to lunge, lift your back knee, and float your arms by your sides. This power lunge is really opening up. You reach your arms forward, feel the ball of your back foot. Nice. Bring your hands down onto the ground, step your right foot back, and bring your big toes together. Keep both hands on the ground, but turn to the outer edge of your left foot. Both hands stay down. Inhale, your right leg lifts. Right leg lifts. Exhale, bring it back down. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, bring it back down. Pivot onto your toes, plank pose. Nice. Take a breath in. And exhale, lift your bum, downward facing dog. Okay, I hope you forgot what we did about 5 minutes ago, and you're finding yourself existing in this breath, in this moment. I underline everything that you're doing by this deep relationship and with your being, with the breath. Right foot down, inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, big step, left foot all the way through. Lower your right knee down. Untuck the toes. Inhale, rise, arms up. And you drive with your hips, and so you're bending into your front leg. And cactus your arms, peel the chest open, and shoulder blades together. And feel your legs as you roll the heart up, lift the gaze up, and breathe down into your hips. You can feel it. And some days you're going to go a little deeper into the feeling, some days you're going to call it back. Right? But listening to your heartbeat and slowing down your breath, you can maintain in the consistency in your approach. Inhale, arms up, look forward. Exhale, bring your hands down. That's a little rush. Pull your hips back as you curl your back toes under. Keep your right knee on the ground. See if you can squeeze your left leg straight, or you're getting closer into your left leg being straight. Opening up the hamstring, back of the calf muscle. Come back into your lunge, left foot flat, lift your right knee, work this power lunge. It's modified warrior 1. Float your arms back by your sides. Take a breath, reach your arms forward, and ground the ball of your right foot. Even if your towel is slipping down into the ball of your foot, and so you're not sliding anything out and away. You're pressing down, you're drawing in through your core. Great job. Bring your hands down onto the ground and step your left foot back. Feel that hip crease release. Bring your big toes together. Both hands on the ground. Turn to the outer edge of your right foot, and your left leg stacks on top. Gaze is forward. Inhale, your left leg lifts. Exhale, bring your legs back together. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, back together. It's like it's floating. Inhale, left leg lifts. And exhale, back together. Roll back to your big toes and square yourself in plank pose. Reach out through the crown of your head, low belly in. And exhale, draw back into your downward facing dog. Seal your lips. I'll draw you back into the levers of your body, creating these sensations. Big toes together. Bring your feet forward, say 6 inches or so. Left hand stays rooted. Reach your right hand back. Grab for the outside of your left shin, ankle, or slide the fingertips underneath the outside of your left heel. If you got short legs and long arms, then you're the one doing this on the cover of Yoga Journal. Or if your body is open to it, you must realize, right, our bodies are open in certain ways, and then draw and close, which we have to work for that openness in other ways. Either way, concentrate on the breath. Bring your right hand back to the top, and then switch. Left hand to the outside of the right calf. There's a start. Anywhere below the knee, or outside the ankle, or fingertips underneath the outside of the foot. The heel. Take your breath. Bring your left hand forward so you're in a shorter downward facing dog. Lower your knees down onto the mat. Untuck your toes. You should be in nearly a perfect tabletop. And draw your belly in. Press through your palms, and then begin to round your spine. And so you're rolling your pelvis back, and feel that scoop your belly in, and then chin to your chest. Right? In this breath, are you connecting, right, the energy to all beings? It's all beings. It's everyone. Right? That's oneness, not I choose oneness. That's oneness. And yet you're human. I'm human. Right? We're all humans. And so we must observe, come back into a tabletop, and step back into a high plank. Tuck the toes, and feel the legs nice and strong. Ready? 10 yogi push-ups. Let's go. Down, up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and one more for 10. Lift your hips, press back, downward facing dog. And feel it in your back. Yes, you'll feel it in your shoulders. Take a breath, step your right foot forward in between your hands. And it's opening up. Inhale, rise, arms reach, crescent. Exhale, warrior 2, back heel down. Okay, for today's sake, right forearm to your right thigh. Rest your forearm on your thigh, and then reach your left arm all the way over. And so you're making a line from your left heel into your left wrist. Feel your knees spread, roll your bum under. And on your inhale, rise and reverse your warrior. Reach your right arm straight up. Let your left fingertips crawl down your left leg. And you spiral your right pinky finger in, roll your thumb out. Levers. Levers to sensation. Ensure you have the foundation. Every exhale draws you back to your midline. Come up to warrior 2. And breathe in, feel your heart lift, chest proud. And steady your gaze over your right hand. And you'll notice most days we don't spend a ton of breaths in warrior. Today we're going to stay And 3 more breaths, and really feel the sensations. And from your feet to your ankles, your hips to your groin, and your belly through your back, all the way out through your arms. Last 3. Last 2. And bring your hands to the top of the mat. Pivot on your back toes. Kick your right leg back and up. 3-legged downward facing dog. Find that right leg in space. Exhale your knee to your right elbow. Inhale, kick back and up. Pendulum swing, knee to your left elbow. Kick out onto the floor. And keep both hands down on the ground. And slide your chin forward. If you need more space, walk your right foot out to the left. And then bend your arms. Do a push-up. Up 1. Do a push-up. 2. 1 more push-up. And 3. Slide your right foot back. And then lift your bum to the sky. Feel the breath in through your nose, out through your nose. And let your right quad work. That's the front of your right leg. Inhale, lift your left leg up. And exhale, step your left foot all the way through. Okay, that step is getting longer, landing softer. Your arms up. And exhale, warrior 2. Plant through your back heel. Reach your arms out into the T. And for today's sake, left forearm to your left thigh. Okay, I know you can do it so many different ways. Reach your top arm over. But we're just maintaining the liftedness, the strong upper back, supporting the openness in the chest and through the front body. We haven't done a ton of twisting, so use the forearm, right? Don't force it or make it any harder on yourself. And feel your feet as you inhale, rise, and reverse your warrior 2. Left hand goes straight up, right fingertips crawling down your right leg. Even if you feel the outer edge of your right foot, tack into the mat and see how that sensation runs through your low back all the way through your inner thighs. And the exhale draws you to center, bring it back up. And warrior 2, gaze out over your left wrist. And there's always probably an inch or two and to give more space in through the breath, and so feel that as you exhale, lunge a little bit deeper. And feel all the sensations in your warrior 2. And you realize the peaceful eye, the third eye center across your forehead, like we started. Relax the expression on your face for 3, 2. Windmill your hands, top of the mat. Pivot on your back toes. Kick your left leg back and up. 3-legged dog. Find that left leg in space. Exhale, left knee to your left elbow. There's a lever. Pendulum. Inhale, kick back. Knee to your right elbow and kick out onto your floor. Walk your left foot out. Keep your back heel high. And hands are set as we keep the chest proud. And then bend the arms. Do a push-up. Press up. Bend the arms. Do a push-up. And then press up. 1 more. Bend the arms. And then press up. Slide your left foot back. High plank. Feel the inner thighs. Take an inhale. And let's flow. Chaturanga. Exhale. Tops of the feet. Inhale. Upward facing dog. And as you exhale, and scoop the belly. Draw your tailbone back. And downward facing dog. So it's not easy to keep the weight out of your shoulders. And so that scoop of the belly, and the drag of the feet, and the activation of your thighs, that'll help. And just like here in your down dog, use your legs. And firm to your hands, feel your upper back. Big toes together, lift your heels up. Bend your knees. You can exhale, walk or a little hop to the top. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins. And as you exhale, fold forehead to the knees. And bend the legs, sweep the arms up, sit the hips back in chair pose. And bring your hands to your heart center. And as you exhale, left elbow outside your right thigh. And keep your bum drawing back, reach your right arm to the sky. And your left arm can reach down outside your right shin. And you throttle the breath as you roll your heart up and keep the top of the shoulders working down. You feeling your feet to keep your head up. Right palm comes to your left palm. Arms straight. Come through center. Inhale, rise, belly in, little back bend. And exhale, dive, forward fold, hands down to the ground. Inhale, lift halfway, hands to shins. And exhale, fold forehead to knees. Plant the hands, 2 big steps back into your high plank. And strong plank, strong belly. Take an inhale. Lower, halfway down, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2. Straighten your arms. Lift your hips, down dog, and step your right foot all the way through. Straighten your front leg out. Pigeon toe your front foot. Heel out, turn your big toe in, and then wrap your outer right hip back. If your right foot's wanting to lift, take your right hand, press down through the top of your right foot. Keep it down. Stay there. And then bring your right hand back to the ground. Soften the mind on the sensation in your body right now. Okay, so pigeon toe, you've got your front toes turning into the left, your heel kicking out. Okay, now switch that. Turn your right toes out, heel in, both hands inside, and then bend into your front leg. So your right toes are turned out. Lower your left knee down onto the ground. Untuck your toes. Okay, and you're more so off the cap of the knee. So if you walk the left knee back a little bit, and then come over onto the thigh, left hand sets flat, right hand to your inner right thigh. Keep the elbow by your side, and your chest is up. And if you're like me, you feel all of this in the outer hip and the outer thigh. Keep the heart up, and so we're not dumping the weight into the low back. You feeling good here with your breath? Your option is to reach your right arm to the ceiling. And shoulders away from your ears, and then your gaze can follow. And bring your gaze and right hand back to the mat. Curl your back toes under, lift off your back knee. Turn your right heel out so your foot is flat. Pivot your back heel down like warrior 2, and then walk your hands all the way back to your left foot. Turn your toes out, flip your front toes up. You're in a side lunge. You set your hands down, one on the inside, one on the outside of your left knee. And keep your gaze low, and our focus now is actually stretching the sole of your left foot. If your heel is flat, you may not get it as much. If your heel lifts and you're working to flatten your heel, and feel the stretch in the sole of your foot. And connect to your breath. Bring your left hand back inside, and then walk your hands all the way back to the top of the mat. Pivot square so your back heel is high, front foot is flat. Inhale, rise, reach your arms up, crescent warrior. And see if it feels a little different. And straight and strong through your left leg. Awesome. Warrior 2, pivot your back heel down. And then straighten your front leg out. Both legs are straight. Flip your right palm and reverse your triangle. And you reach up. I think we're picking up quite a bit of space. And then as you contain that space, it empowers you and from your center, physically, mentally, and emotionally. Come back up. Legs are straight, triangle, reach your right hand forward, and then take your right hand down to the ground outside your right foot. Left arm goes up, right ribs turn in, draw your left ribs back. And it's a good day to be a half moon, everybody. It's a beautiful day out there again in LA. Left hand to your left hip. Sorry if it's cold and rainy where you are. Bring the weight forward, lift your back leg up. And your right hand settles down. Once you get your left hip stacked, then reach your left arm back up in half moon. And feeling great today with your breath, turn your gaze sideways. And you should really be able to feel everything that you've woken up prior in this experience, in your sequence, in contributing to this moment and to find breath, calmness, and relative stillness in the expression of the body and the mind. And bring your gaze and left hand down as you square. Use your arms, draw your belly in, and then float step. Softly bring your feet together. Okay, you're always seeing people with hammer feet. Softly bring the feet back together. Let your chin come down into your chest. Nice. Inhale, lift halfway, hands to shins. And exhale, fold. Hands down, forehead to the knees. Inhale, rise, circle the arms, stand up. You'll feel those hamstrings. Exhale, bring your hands into your heart center. Inhale, circle the arms, reach up. Bend your legs, sit back into chair. Hands to your heart center, breathe in. And twist, right elbow outside your left thigh. Knees set, draw your hips back. And reach your left arm up. And your right arm goes down outside your left shin. And shoulder away from your ear. And bring your left palm back to your right palm, arms straight. Center up, inhale, rise, belly in, little back bend. And exhale, dive, forward fold, bring your hands to the mat. Inhale to lift halfway, hands to shins. And exhale, fold, forehead to knees. Plant the palms, 2 big steps, high plank. Stay with me, inhale. Light plank, bend your arms lower and hold chaturanga for 5, 4, keep breathing, 3, 2, press back up. Exhale, downward facing dog. You got it. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Big step, left foot all the way through. Straighten your front leg out. Pigeon toe your front foot, turn the toes in, heel out, and then wrap the outer left hip back. So I'm turning the pelvis back square. And if those left toes want to lift, remember, left hand. Stay down, foot. Stay down. And take your left hand back to the ground. And soften your mind on the sensation. And you can soften the kinks in the back of your neck. Let your chin come down a little bit. Breathe into it. And let's do the opposite. Turn your toes out so the heel is in. Bring both hands inside and bend your front leg. And use your arms to support so you're getting into your upper inner thigh. And as you start to explore the outer hip, the outer thigh, T-band tissue, softly bring your back knee down onto the mat. Untuck your toes, slide your right knee back if you want to go a little deeper. Listen to your body, right hand flat, left hand to your inner left thigh. Keep the elbow close to your side. Right, it's subtle, but I just roll the left shoulder back and down. And keep the chest lifting. And then breathe into the sensation here in your body. And your option is to reach your left arm straight up, straight back. And then possibly the gaze can follow. And it's nice, these twists, and where you really focus on elongating, decompressing your spine first. And bring your gaze and left hand back down. Curl your back toes under. Turn your front heel out so your foot is flat. Pivot your back heel down, and then we're going to walk the hands all the way back to the right foot. Turn the heel in, toes out. And then your front toes lift as we come into the side lunge. Hands stay on the ground. If the right heel is touching the mat, great. If not, we're moving in that direction and you're feeling this and stretch in through the sole arch of your foot. And so we're not even lifting the gaze today. Use your arms, soften the neck and the shoulders, right? Rather than biting down. And draw those sensations in. And reach that place of your mind where even though it can be challenging, there's positivity, there's association that you are heading in the right direction, right? You're acknowledging where you are. And to come from this place, and then to move forward one beat, one breath at a time. We'll see, observe. In transition, start to walk the hands back over to your left foot, top of the mat. And pivot square, back heel high. And with your inhale, reach your arms to the sky, crescent warrior. And right leg straight, front knee over your ankle, and reach up through your arms. Right, now that's starting from your feet, you guys. Pivot your back heel down, warrior two. And straighten your front leg, flip your front palm, and then inhale, reverse your triangle. Okay, reach up. Okay, there is the ability to slide in the pelvis in and out. And so find level through your hips. And reach up through your left fingertips. Keep your legs straight, start to come back up, and then reach forward. Straight leg triangle, reach forward, left hand down outside your left foot. And then your right arm goes up, shoulders stack. And like I said earlier, it is a great day. And to do a half moon, bring your right hand to your right hip. Hey, look down. Keep that hip lifting into the hand. Transfer the weight forward. Left hand supports. Float your right leg up. And stack your right hip. Straighten your legs first. And then you can float your right arm back up. And feel the T-arms just like warrior two. And feeling the breath. Great today. Turn your gaze sideways. And use the belly, bring your gaze and right hand down, square. Okay, remember no big thumps, softly, slowly, bring your right foot down next to your left foot, big toes together. Soft landing, great job. Inhale, lift halfway, hands up to the shins. Then exhale, fold, forehead down to the knees. Inhale, rise, circle the arms up, feel it. Exhale, bring your hands into your heart center. Separate your feet so they're hip-width distance apart. Hands to your hips. Inhale, proud chest. Exhale, hinge, come halfway down. You stay loose in your low back. Wag your tail a little bit. Peace fingers, reach down, hook your big toes. Right? We still haven't given the lever of our torso away. Pull your heart forward, press your feet down. Hold the toes, elbows wide. Now lever. Torso down. And creating the sensation of the back body. It's quite cool and simple. And when you start to realize the lever to sensation, and that you're building that in comprehension, understanding, by connecting the breath into the movement of your body. You'll never go too far, but you'll also go as far as you need to. And keep a hold of your toes. Now inhale, lift halfway, stretch your chest through, shoulders back. Keep your spine long, release your toes, hands to the mat. Step your left foot back and step your right foot back. Come into a plank. Let's flow, belly in, lower halfway, chaturanga. Keep the elbows in, tops of the feet, drag them as you roll up. Should feel pretty deep. Scoop the belly, tailbone back. And downward facing dog. 3 to 5 breaths in your down dog. And this down dog should not feel like the same down dog as when you started. On your exhale, come down onto your knees. And set up on your tabletop, untuck your toes. You round your spine, cat pose, firm your belly in, and should feel good. Press your hands flat, chin to your chest. And take another breath into your cat back. And exhale, slowly come back, flatten your spine. And spread your knees so that they're mat width apart. And take your bum back. Well-deserved child's pose. Keep breathing. And set your elbows. And then set your forehead down onto the mat. 10 breaths in child's pose. Enjoy this. And the inhale, rise up, tabletop. And bring your knees all the way together so they touch. And keep your right knee where it is. Kick your left leg straight back. And you notice the left leg feeling a bit more straight and strong. And start to move your left leg out to the left. And foot as high as the hip. And then bring the foot down onto the floor. Roll the weight into the pinky toe side of your left foot. You move your right hand forward a bit, even over the top of your mat. And then you're going to start to slide your left arm across the mat to the right. And come down onto your left shoulder, turn the side of your head, and see if you can reach the ground. And supporting yourself in this posture with your right palm. And press the ground away, slide your left arm back out, and then walk your right hand back. And gaze forward, draw your belly in, swing your left leg back behind you, and come back to all fours. And with your inhale, tuck your toes. Exhale, lift your hips, downward facing dog. You guys ready to do the splits? Haha. Step your right foot through. Lower your back knee down. Walk your left knee back. Slide your right foot forward and see where we go. And set it up. Support with your arms. Tailbone down. And breathe. Soften your mind and the sensation. And hips and hamstrings. Nice. Feel your hands, tuck your back toes, look down. And then start to lift your hips, kick your right leg all the way back, three-legged downward facing dog. You walk your hands back to your left foot. You're in the standing splits at the back of your mat. And look, your right leg is floating. And you practice again that soft landing. Bend your legs, softly place your right foot down next to your left foot. Inhale to lift halfway. And exhale, forward fold. You are all set up. Inhale, rise, circle the arms, reach up. Arms stay up, belly in. Take a step onto your right foot. In Warrior 3, lift your left leg and reach your arms forward. And you can either stay here with your Warrior 3, or you can do 5 jump switches. Put your hands down onto the ground. Lift your right heel, exhale, jump, switch. Okay, in the exhale, jump, switch from the inner thighs to the upper back. 3 more. Or you're in your Warrior 3. Last one. Good. Everybody, hands to the ground. Bring your feet together and forward fold. And little bend to your knees. Grab opposite elbows. Inhale. Big exhale, let it go. Crawl your hands forward, step back into your high plank. And high push-up. Roll to the outer edge of your right foot. Side plank, step your left foot behind your right leg, rock star. And press your hips out. And you lift your belly up, reach your top arm back. So good. Dip your hips, get your shoulder behind your wrist. We're practicing that. And then pivot back around. And come into your down dog. Inhale. And support yourself square. Exhale, come down onto your knees, please. Tabletop, look in between your thumbs. And keep focused on your breath. Bring your knees all the way together. Okay, remember where that started? Kick your right leg straight back in space. Keep the leg straight and start to turn it out to the right. And foot as high as the hip. And then put your foot down onto your floor. Move your left hand forward, even over the top of your mat. And then slide your right arm across and to the left. And come down onto your shoulder. And turn the side of your head. And support with your left arm and left hand connected to the ground. In this breath right now, use your left hand, slide your right arm back out. And tabletop, bring your left hand back. You look forward and swing your right leg back behind you first. Feel that lightness and bring your right knee down and tuck your toes. Exhale, press back into your downward facing dog. And right foot stays. Inhale, left leg up. Let's do the split. Step your left foot all the way through. Get that foot out in front. And you can start the splits and then take your right knee down. And then continue to walk your right knee back. Kick your left heel forward. And tailbone down, use your arms. And soften your mind on the sensation. And if you don't understand the meaning of softening the mind on the sensation, it's like cracking an egg over the top of your head and feeling the yolk. You drip onto your head, onto your face. And so, if you're still not sure and you're like, that doesn't make sense, then after this practice, go get an egg and crack it over the top of your head. And that's what it means. And to soften your mind on the sensation that you're feeling. The dependency that holds us back in Warrior 3, toppling tree, which is modified Warrior 3, right, is the tightness of the hamstring, hence why we're doing the splits before we do Warrior 3. You use your hands, look down, tuck your back toes, and draw your belly in. Lift that right knee, kick your left leg all the way back up. Should feel light. If you need to hop your right foot back onto the mat, walk your hands back to your right foot. That left leg is floating. In your standing splits, practice a breath awareness. Bend your left leg, softly put your left foot down next to your right. Amazing. Inhale, lift halfway, hands to the shins. And exhale, forward fold. You got it. Inhale, rise, brings you up. Arms reach. Keep your arms up. Here we go. Step forward onto your left foot. Lift your right leg. Warrior 3. Reach your arms out in front. Stay with your Warrior 3 or hands down onto the ground. Palms flat, elbows in, shoulders out. Lift the heel, bend the knee, exhale, 5 jump switch. Nice. Everybody, hands down. Bring your feet together. And forward fold. Grab opposite elbows. And release the neck. Release the jaw. And take a breath. Bring your hands down. Crawl out into a high plank. And step back. Big toes together. Outer edge of your left foot. Side plank. Right arm up. And step your right foot behind your left leg. Press your hips out. Lift your belly up, and then reach your top arm back. And like I said at the beginning of the practice, I've never met anybody who's like, would you please stop reminding me to breathe? Right? Just like I've never met anybody that's like, I'm so pissed off that I did that yoga class today. And dip your hips, get the shoulder behind the wrist, and then pivot back around and come into a downward facing dog. Feel your body in your down dog. Well done, everybody. Come down onto your knees. If you'd like a little sip of water, please take a little sip. If not, head above your heart. You've got another lever for you. Once you're done with your water, spread your knees so they're mat width apart. In reclining hero, Supta Virasana. And so the torso is the lever to the sensation in your thighs. Top of the knee, all the way up to the top of the ribs. Start with your hands back behind you, arms straight. Slide your tailbone forward. And then you can start to recline back a little further onto your elbows or all the way down onto your shoulders. And so if you keep the lever up, it's going to be less. If you bring the lever down, then you're going to feel it a little bit more. Get set where you are, tailbone forward. And take 3 breaths here, in through the nose and out. And you reach down for your ankles or shins, from your back to your elbows, belly in. Ooh. And then come back up onto your hands. And bring your knees back together to touch. And sit up tall through your spine, head above your heart. Let it go, little sigh. And take your left hand outside your right thigh, and your right hand behind you, or hand onto your low back. And chest up, shoulders down, exhale, little twist. And then come back to center and switch. Right hand outside your left thigh, and left hand behind or hand on your sacrum. And chest up, shoulders down, little twist. And so nice, come back to center and swing your legs out in front of you and go ahead and lie down onto your backs, please. And lie flat, arms by your sides, palms facing up. And shake your head out, light rock. You can take a breath into any resistance or tightness that you may be holding on to of your physical practice, and then start to diminish or consciously release. So going into each of those muscles that you feel, and taking a breath, and then literally sending the message to soften. You're taking a breath. Say your hip is tight. You think about your hip, you take a breath, soften the hip. You do that in any part of your body as you continue to let in yourself completely release. And falling into this weight of gravity and through the back of your head. And they say we ought to be ready. Right? Moving through the physical asana, we ought to be ready at this point of the practice and the sequence, and to let go into where we can turn ourselves into the practice of meditation. There's a transition, just like we came from life and what we were doing before, and we transitioned into the breath, the practice of pranayama. From pranayama, transition to asana, with pranayama, and from asana, now into meditation. And perhaps you're even experiencing some meditation in your movement, and so you have the blendedness, and then you also have the purity and perspective. Those limbs of your practice. So take your time, please. Rest, relax. Thank you for participating in our fit practice today. Thank you for sharing the space. Thank you for considering oneness, which means every single being. Okay, I hope you feel peace. I hope you have a great day. Right? I hope you send love. I hope you receive love. And I look forward to practicing with you tomorrow. Thanks, everyone. Namaste.